Imagine waking up, switching on your morning show, and expecting the familiar warmth of two hosts who feel like part of your daily routine, only to realize something feels just a bit too perfect. The jokes are crisp, the outfits impeccable, and the conversations glide along with that unmistakable ease that only comes from one thing: a pre recorded episode. But behind the scenes of this cheerful morning world lies a fascinating story, one filled with unexpected breaks, clever production magic, rotating guest personalities, and the unmistakable chemistry between two hosts whose dynamic has become a soft comfort for millions. And today, we're taking you behind the curtain of that world, turning the ordinary into something a little more enchanting, a little more romantic, and definitely a lot more fun. So here's the truth. Even though viewers tune in expecting a live broadcast every morning, the show often dances between fresh new moments and carefully banked segments, recorded earlier with the same lively enthusiasm, just bottled for later. And while some fans might blink in confusion as they see sunshine on screen during a thunderstorm outside their window, there's a good reason for this unexpected twist. The hosts take their annual summer break because even the most professional, polished on screen duo needs time to breathe, travel, laugh, recharge, or simply argue over whose turn it is to make breakfast. They're not disappearing, they're just living the kind of life that makes them even more charming when they return. During this summer stretch, producers step in with an art form of their own, crafting episodes that mix new energy with hand-picked highlights. Celebrity interviews recorded earlier are reshaped into polished features. Musical performances are repackaged with seamless finesse. And of course, an entire roster of guest co-hosts filters in, each bringing a kind of delightful chaos that shakes up the usual routine in the best way. Imagine one day tuning in and seeing a performer whose playful sparkle brings out the host's wilder side. Another day, an anchor known for elegance steps in, shifting the vibe from cozy family chatter to witty cocktail hour banter. Someone else arrives with a comedic whirlwind energy, leaping into audience conversations and treating every moment like a world-changing announcement. This rotating cast doesn't just fill a seat. They bring a different rhythm to the show, like adding new instruments to a familiar melody. And that's where the magic lies. Because when the main hosts eventually return, viewers find themselves appreciating their familiar connection even more. And yes, there is something irresistibly sweet about the hosts' chemistry. Not romantic in the way of rose petals and candlelight, but romantic in the way two people understand each other with one look. The kind of closeness born from endless shared mornings, inside jokes, playful teasing, and the occasional, "Did you really just say that on television?" Their banter glows with a certain charm, whether joking about who snores, who makes better coffee, or who has the more dramatic morning routine. It's the sort of humor that feels safe, warm, and delightfully human. And viewers adore it. But to keep that charm alive, the production team must master the tricky dance of scheduling. Here's how it works. Most weeks, episodes are filmed over 3 days. Each day, the hosts finish a live show, change outfits, refresh their energy, and film an additional episode that will air later. Fans with sharp eyes sometimes notice clues: the necklace that magically reappears, the hairstyle that refuses to change, or the color of a suit that viewers just know they saw earlier in the week. It's not deception. It's simply strategy. It allows the host to enjoy long weekends, work on outside projects, and still show up on screen each morning as if nothing has changed. Meanwhile, guest hosts step into the spotlight not as temporary fill-ins, but as characters in a never-ending chemistry experiment. Some bring humor, some bring elegance, some bring absolute chaos, and viewers love every moment of it. Yet, despite the fun, there's always that small group of fans who insist, loudly, that live should mean absolutely unmistakably live. They post comments, they compare weather reports, they ask how the hosts can claim to be enjoying a sunny morning when a storm is shaking the windows across half the country. But ratings don't lie. Even on pre-recorded days, the numbers stay strong. Sometimes they even rise, especially when a beloved guest host takes the stage. It turns out most viewers care far more about the experience than the timing. They watch for comfort, laughter, chemistry, and the feeling of being part of something familiar. It's less about when the moment was recorded and more about how it makes them feel. As the current season continues, this blended model, part live, part banked, part rotating cast, isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's becoming the new normal across the industry. With competition tighter than ever, flexibility has become the secret ingredient that keeps the show running smoothly. But through all the shifting schedules, guest hosts, and clever production tricks, one thing remains constant: the bond between the two main hosts, their easy warmth, their unfiltered humor, and their way of turning ordinary topics into something that feels meaningful and sometimes even joyfully ridiculous. Viewers tune in because they feel like they're spending a morning with two people who genuinely enjoy being together on screen. Two people who can turn a casual chat into a comedy skit. Two people whose presence turns the start of the day into something brighter. And that's the heart of this story. Whether they're live or recorded, together or temporarily apart, supported by guests or standing side by side, this morning world thrives on connection, authentic, imperfect, playful connection. So, as fans wait for the full return of the dynamic duo at the desk, they can look forward to even more surprises, more laughter, more delightful moments, and more glimpses into the strangely enchanting universe that exists behind the scenes of a morning show. Because no matter what day it was filmed, no matter what outfit continuity glitch slips through, and no matter who is sitting in the second chair, the charm is real. The energy is real, and the joy it gives to viewers every single morning is absolutely real.